name would be from input box from the user. Then you need to output two things. One is the surname into cell C2, and two, you need to output hello, first name, and surname in a message box.
What's the point of the first part? How does it make it into an input? How does it into an input box? C2. You want the macros to insert the name, or you just want to write the name?
I want you to get the name from the user. Do you have the information of the surname right now?
I can put it in, I just put it into the C2.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to do that. I want you to get it from the username while the program is running. Okay?
We get it from the username. We put it.
I want you to get it from the user while the program is running.
Oh. I don't know that means.
I don't get it.
No one knows that means.
What does that mean while the program's running?
No, I mean, like it's in the cell name. There is no surname right now.
Right?
It just means that whatever,
So it's just
Exactly.
gonna be a blank spot.
whatever you put
Okay,
in
I
the
think
box
Yona
is
got it.
automatically into C2.
Okay. Let's go back to the program we just spoke about before.
That's all.
Okay, remember this program we started with? Do we know the username in advance?
No.
No. Do we get the username while we're running the program?
Yeah.
Yes. How did we do that?
F8, no?
With the equals.
F8 is just running commands, but how do we do that in our program?
We asked them to enter the name.
How did we ask him to give
Input box.
with an input box?
Okay, now I get it.
Thank you very much. Okay, now let's go back to here. And let's go to the sheet. Do we know the surname of the person?
No.
No. How will we get the surname from the person?
Ask him nicely.
Ask him nicely while we're running the program. How will we do that?
We're gonna create an input box.
With an input box, okay? So again, we have two pieces of information we need. What is the first name? Where did we get the first name from?
B2.
Cell B2, we have it already in the sheet. Where do we get the second piece of information, the surname from? From our input box while running the program. What will we do with this information? Two things. First, we insert the surname into C2, into the sheet in cell C2, so we have it now in the sheet. And the second mean of output would be in a message box saying hello with the first name and the surname. Got it?
We're doing this in the same
Or
macro.
just a surname,
This is in
no?
the same macro?
Both of them.
But you
This
told
is
us
all
not to put it into
in the
C2.
macro. We're bringing it
What?
up. That's
You said not to put it into C2.
I said not to write it in advance before the program.
Oh,
I want you to put it with using the program. So the program puts it in, not you write it in advance.
Can you go back to the other
Yeah.
coding thing?
Yeah.
Not this one, the other one.
I can't figure out how to get a space between first name and surname.
Does everyone understand what you're supposed to do?
God, I hope so.
Who said no?
I did not. I definitely did not.
Okay. What information do you have right now about the user? First name. What else would you need by the end of the program?
Surname.
Last name. Where will you get the last name from?
C2. No,
Is it in C2?
Input box into C2.
How do you put that into C2?
Okay, I meant to say input box into C2, but how do you do it? You have to tell the input box to put it into C2. How do you enter, how do you do that? We didn't learn it. You know how to make an input box.
Sorry, right here.
Can we go back to the other code so I can see?
Yeah, I want to explain. Did you get what we're supposed to do?
I'm trying to look at the first code.
I understand. Do you understand what we're supposed
I
to
know
do?
we need to do.
Okay, so he doesn't yet, so I'm trying to explain that to you. Okay? So, so you need two pieces of information. One you have over here. The second one you need to get from the user, right?
Right.
How do you do that? Right. And then you need to put the information you have out in two ways. One, putting it into C2, the surname, and 2, putting it out with a message box just like we did in our code over here. Okay? That is what you're supposed to do. Now, go ahead and do it.
I just used range C3 equals str. How do I get the space between? Because it comes up in the message box.
And then
Hello.
between the quotations, put a space.
Where in the quotations? I don't have quotations here. I'm only working with the
Put
prompts.
quotations.
I'm just on this one.
No,
Spacing on this one before.
put another area. Quotations space in between and
Oh,
another
and
area.
Really? Let's see the initial thing. Nothing.
What we did last lesson.
Right, I
weren't
wasn't
here.
here, I was a mistake. And this will help us
Input box.
Sorry, not an integer.
Not as a number, but as another variable.
Surname, mother, effort.
Just to go.
Input box. You write input box. Write input box and then what do you do?
Important material that you will miss. As you can see, you need to write Don't you have a phone?
Just a picture.
Now I get hello.
Now, how do I see it pop up?
You either press play or is it right now?
How much time do we have?
Range B2.
We get some
Range B2 select.
Those of you who weren't here when I read names, please come up to me so I register you that you were here today.
You did it, Yosef? You did it?
Mickey wasn't here, I don't think.
No more what?
Start.
Range B2. Then right here, what are you supposed to do?
Sorry.
Mel?
No, Ani.
I said it.
Equals.
It's like coming out like hello, I like the same word.
I was ordered. Okay.
So you got a V3.
Can we send
Surname equals. How do you do the input box? Input box.
Books in the library, Excel, VBA. There's lots of material in
Input
there.
box.
Maybe that's which you like.
Input box.
Okay.
Name.
So we have to remember the
Once you have the code, go over it again and
Right.
again.
Yes.
Three classes.
Yeah, I understand the concept, but I don't understand the word, like how to write the biggest one.
No, this is
Put last name into C2. And then we have message box. Message box. equals. When you do message box, do you do an equals?
And then when you make the message box.
Yosef, when you do message box, am I doing it right so far?
You have to do when you write message box, you open brackets and you do, and then you do this one.
And you
then
said
you
it's right. Hello,
Yeah.
hello, B2. Hello, wait, hello, and B2, right? Can I just write B2?
I have all the information you need.
Stir user
Okay, one second. Now you have all the
name
information. Now you wanna
name
put it in the right place, right?
and
Then
To put into a
Last name.
variable, what you have to do,
last name. I'm almost there.
information into a
And
variable.
now I just need to run it, right?
You did it.
Right last name. Yep. Yes! I wrote this though. So I'd have to change this to his name, his actual name. How do I know what his... I think I have to change it to B2. Do I have to change it to B2? Because when it message box it said store username and last name, but his name is Mayor or whatever. His name is whatever it's written, right? So it's not supposed to be, it's supposed to be B2? I think it's supposed to be B2, right?
write B2 and try run it.
Bonire.
Close brackets.
I close brackets. All right. Yep. Stam. No, it's not.
Hello
What?
B2. Hello. Hello.
And
Hello. Write their username input without
no,
bracket.
what do you mean? Dim user stir user input.
Write this without the quotation mark. You
There's no
understand?
quotation marks here. What are you talking about?
No, in here, write it without quotation mark.
The hello?
Because if you write quotation mark, it means it's writing exactly what you write inside quotation mark.
Nachon. So that means I just need to run it like this.
No, you have a here quotation mark.
Nachon. So just get rid of that one. Sababa. Hello. Blah blah blah.
Hello. Last.
Why is it not? It's not taking B2 into account.
Hello. One second.
Last. I don't know why. 1 second. Last name is whatever I say the last name to be. Oh no, range C2. Excuse me. And 1 second. And C2. Because range C2 equals this. So let's try it now.
Why B2?
Into the message box?
Because B2 is the name. So Macro March 2.
No, that's
Da 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 da.
we started with.
Savaba. Hello. Well, why is it not saying this?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
The username.
Did anyone finish it successfully?
What did you do?
Yeah, did you finish it? It's working. The only problem is the final message. I put in like I did like hello and B2 and C2 because B2 is the name, C2 is the last name. And when I run it, look what happens. It just like says blah blah blah. It just says hello. That's it. It doesn't say. It's not saying
Because
what's.
you're not referencing actual cells. Ready? Watch. You're gonna have to do range, but you don't want to do range, right? You would rather just do str user input.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Just the range. So do. Yeah. Just copy this.
Oh.
It doesn't understand what you're trying to reference. You see what I'm saying?
And that range B2.
Let's see if that works. If not, I'll show you how I did it.
Alright, let's go. Play. Sorry. Da, 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 da. Hello, Mayor. GG. Why is there no space between them?
Let's go back. You gotta just go and.
And make a Z. There we go. Yup. You're good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Zeo Zovid. Baruch Hashem.
Just write next.
I just copied the range. Is a Shabbat? Yeah, you have to, exactly. No, I didn't understand. So it just didn't write anything. I'm surprised it even ran Bichlal.
No, it'll run.
It won't say
throw
it.
you blanks. It'll be
Yeah.
zeros for values.
Is it Yofi? Thank goodness.
All I do with that, hello Chris.
Is this the homework? Is that what student is?
There's no homework due today. I guess.
Space. I think this is useless though. I don't really read that. Range B2.
Oh, okay, got that. And then you got CR username input. Oh, did you put?
You want us to-
Show me at the different.
Put in either range B2 or active cell. Then you got range cells, wherever you want. Then you got SDR, wherever you want. Just need to make sure you got
2 minutes.
Ellie, question. This on this computer I have Excel 2013. Is that why it's probably not working as well as this because it's 2016? It should work fine. On this computer, the Excel is 2013 and not 2016. Should it make a difference? Because when I write it on here, I don't see the code in the module on the Visual Basic.
range B2.
Baby, kiss if I want to get the end.
Are we supposed to be writing something in B3?
Mr. Teacher,
Same exact thing.
if we work out what we're thinking about math, the math starts where this finishes, is that a great? You figure that out?
Are we supposed to?
You want us to write something in B3? Straight forward.
No, I want to solve it right now.
So this is now what it's in now? We don't need this.
Wait, where am I at now?
Get the.
Alright, so just make the code.
Okay, let's see how we do
Sir,
this.
you said 2 minutes.
Yeah, you didn't give us one.
That's too quick.
You said 2 minutes like 50 seconds ago.
B3 got something we don't have.
So just swap it around. Range B3.
Yeah, got it.
Hello? No. That was close. It's not working on my computer.
Okay.
Show us the way.
Now, for many students, all of this material is counterintuitive. Therefore, you need to work hard in order to understand the logic. But once you break through the ice and understand it once, you'll get the flow of the things and it will be easier for you. But you have to practice and you have to go over the material, and you can not just rely on understanding it while I present it, but then go home for 2 weeks and come back here and it won't work. Therefore, I repeat again what I said at the beginning. Pesach is your chance to really break through the ice and come back here understanding how things work in this world of
Is this our last class for Pesach?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so sad.
What's class is 4?
So, I will explain the whole thing again from the beginning. Please pay attention and please go over it line by line afterwards, and also work hard on solving the exercises, especially exercise 2, which deals exactly with what we're doing right now. Before I continue, yeah?
What does it mean, like, add string? Like that top line where it says div?
It's the type of the variable. Variable can be of several types. You have the table in the presentation. We saw it can be an integer, it can be a variable, it can be a string, it could
Which
be a,
lesson?
one of the previous 2A or 2B, I don't remember. Okay, so I just copy this into a new sub. So I start the sub by sub, and I'll call it okay, so I gave it a name and I pressed enter, and it added automatically the parenthesis and the end sub. And now I just copy the previous one into my new sub. I delete the comma because I don't really need it. Okay, excuse me. Whoever's talking over there with me, please pay attention. So I declared a variable as a string, and I put into this variable the value that's in range 2, B2, okay? This now, once I get to here, when I run it, that whatever is in B2 would be in my variable that's called str user input. Okay, but this is not exactly user input because it's already over here. Okay, so I just can call it different, but meantime I leave this. I want to declare another variable. So I'll put a comma, I'll paste this, and the new variable I'll call okay, so now I declare 2 variables. That means 2 chunks of memory that I'll be able to use at my need while running the program. In the first variable, I put in whatever is in range B2. And let's put this down for a second. And in the second variable, what would I do?
You want to be C2?
You're gonna write what's called. You're gonna do in the input box.
Right.
Write last name and then write last name.
I want to get the information from the user, and to do that I need an input box. Once I write input box and I put the parentheses, it gives me exactly what are the attributes that I need to put in over here. The first one is the prompt.
Last name.
Please. And if I put a comma, I go over to the second attribute, which is the title, and I put over here, and I close it. And now I have an input box, and you see it capitalized whatever it needs, because this is a saved word. It recognizes the command. And now I just got the 2 pieces of information that I need, just like I asked you at the beginning. The first piece of information comes from B2 into this variable. The second piece of information comes from the user using via our input box and goes into my second variable, which is this one. Okay, now I have the information I need. The next step, I said, I want to put out the information. Okay? Where do I want it? In range C2.
Yeah.
Right? Now, again, I want to go through this. This is very important for you to understand. Once you understand this, you will be much, it will be much easier for you to work out the different problems or the different things that you have to do. What happened over here and over here? There's an equation, but we said this is not algebra, this is programming. In programming, this means something else than in algebra. Over here, it's a command. You need to do, the computer needs to do something. What does it need to do? It needs to figure out what is the value, the final value of whatever says over here in the right-hand side, and then put this value into what is in the left-hand side. Okay? So over here it takes the value in B2 and puts it into the variable str user input. Over here it figures out what's on the right-hand side by opening an input box, getting the information from the user, and whatever he got from the user, he puts in, the computer puts into the variable str surname. That's the meaning. Now if I want to put something into range C2, what do you suggest I do?
Can you just put C2 equals
Exactly.
surname?
Exactly. I put an equation. I put the C2 on the left-hand side because that's where I want it to go in. Okay? So I just take not C2, but range.
Yeah, range C2.
When you want to refer to a cell, you need to use the right syntax. Range C2 equals, and then I put over here what I want to put into C2, which is what? The surname, right? Where did I keep? Where did I save? Where is the information that I want?
In the stir surname.
In str surname. That's where I kept the memory. So I put it over here like this. Again, the right-hand side goes into the left-hand side. So whatever's in the variable str name goes into range C2. Now, I want another output of a message box. So let's get back to the message box that we started last time. Okay, and here's the message box. Hello, space, and str input, and then, and str surname. Okay. And if I run this right now, then I get, please enter your last name. Here it is. And okay. Now here is the last name in range C2. And also the first name and the last name, but it didn't put a space between them.
You have to do an
Why?
and, quote,
One
quotes,
second.
quotes, and no.
Why? Because there is no space over here. It puts this and then it puts this. If I want to add a space, I need to say and quotation space and, okay, now it knows. Put hello and space. Then put whatever this contains. Then put another space. Then put whatever this contains. And if I run this now, I would get hello, whatever, and space, and this. Okay?
One
Question.
yes. When I did it, I didn't put two integers at the beginning. Instead
There's
of
no integer over
no, not the integer. I didn't put the variables at the beginning, having a separate one for the first name and the last name. Instead, I just did like the range B, what's called the first one, stir user input is B2, and then I did C2 equals the input box. That works. Just doing this means you can refer to it again if you wanted to, right? So it's not wrong, but like it's probably better to do it this way.
Not wrong, and over there also you can refer to it if you want to, because you have it in C2.
It's in C2, but it's not a Z. It's not a variable.
So what? I can put over here range C2 instead of the variable. Excel, whatever you put in Excel is just like using a variable. It already is declared as a variable and has a name,
No, but-
range C2.